when you practice 115 degrees heat, you develop mental toughness.
Yes.
Okay. We practice all our situations at the end of practice. It's a period that we call situational football. We practice all that at the end of practice. I want them hot. I want them tired, because that's exactly how it's going to be at the end of the game when you got to make a drive or get a stop, and doing it out in that weather. But I like, when I played, I hated being on turf every day. So when we started looking for facilities, I wanted a grass facility. I wanted to get the guys off turf. We're only on it one day a week, but when you walk out, our grass looks like, the indoor field. So it's lined off and everything. We got a great facility, that we practice at, and but that's the reason why we practice on grass is more health reasons, and I think it plays a big part in our guys staying healthy as well.
Lorenzo, what do you think is going to be the toughest part about this game?
Just not committing any really turnovers and stuff like that. Just fighting within ourselves, not trying to do too much. And they're physical defense. They're confident in their scheme and what they do, and we gotta execute our game plan and limit the mistakes pretty much.
Corey, what would title number 11 mean to you in this organization?
Well, for me, this would be number 3. So it would be great to get number 3. I wish I was getting number 11, but unfortunately, I'm not that old just yet, like T Knight. So. You high 30s. We're gonna leave that alone. But anyway, I'm just here to be a part of it and just to be a part of greatness. And I've enjoyed every championship that we've had. I've played in multiple leagues, and this is the only league that I've won championships in. And that's our plan to just continuously to do what we do. It's always exciting to win, but it's more exciting to have the ring at the end of the year, no matter what your record was throughout the regular season.
Coach Riggs, what makes the Rattlers so tough on the field? What will be your biggest difficulty tomorrow night?
I think within their whole team structure, their offense, their defense, and their special teams, they're probably one of the most physical teams that I've seen come through the indoor game in quite some time. They just try to impose their will on you. Their offensive line, their running backs, and then defensively, they just really come after you. They force you to try to have to make plays that you usually don't make, and it leads to a lot of turnovers. And so I think, I feel like we can play a physical style also, but you have to be careful getting caught up in their style of play.
Do you guys?
He's just planting seeds.
Do you guys study film at all?
I haven't. I looked at their website and saw their uniforms were pretty cool.
How about you? You guys study film at all?
I hope so.
There's obviously a lot of mutual respect between both coaches and both teams. Were you excited to be able to go up against a team that's coached by somebody who has similar ways of being extra creative, shall we say, in changing your game plan just enough to throw the other team off?
The thing I think excited me was a lot of our coaches in our league get wrapped up in trying to create MVP type players. We have certain coaches that will tout how great certain players are on their team, and yet they never make the playoffs. And that's what you don't get with Arizona. There's not one star. It's just a good team, and that's what Coach Guy has brought in is a great scheme, a great team that everyone buys into their roles, and I think that's what's exciting because I feel like we're very similar to them.
We just watch a lot of film and copy them. When you watch Sioux Falls, discipline jumps out right at you, and they stick with what they're doing. they understand how to make adjustments as the game goes on. You can tell as a coach when you're watching film who is good at making game adjustments and who's good at changing their game plans up and stuff. Now I don't want the owners coming up and asking me about their coach after this, but you can tell when you watch film, and they have a lot of discipline and a lot of structure, and that's why they've been winning.
Coach Guy, going off that, you make adjustments if you're a good team. What are you going to change differently in this game that will affect this game and the outcome differently than the first game? That here, obviously.
Well, I'd like to change, the win column. I think at this time of the season, both teams are, you are what you are, and I don't know if, in 2 weeks are you going to go in and put in a whole new offense and defense. So every team may, both teams may have some wrinkles that they throw and stuff, but I mean it's still going to get down to fundamentals, technique, and blocking and tackling. So that's where our focus will be.
Now, Coach Guy, you just said you are what you are, which you've always said over the years. You can only control what you can control, which is your execution, your performance. So, I mean, a question for both coaches. At this point, probably the only thing left is maybe some type of psychological advantage. Is there anything in your repertoire, both coaches, that you can share or not share, or just a yes or no that would answer the question? Psychological advantage.
Well, I listened to the Curtis Rick show this week, and I noticed there was some psychological games being played there, so we laughed about it. So.
This is a true story. Coach Guy called me and asked about the press conference and what the attire was, and my only response was tuxedo. And I thought for sure he'd fall for it when I showed up today. That's about all the psychological tricks I got.
Mike, talk about the state of the league. Obviously, it's been a pretty solid year for the league. Just talk about it.
Yeah, it's been a fun year, an exciting year, and I think you can feel it in the room today. This press conference is a little different than the ones we've had in the past. There's a buzz, there's an excitement. We got two great teams that are going to be capping off our season tomorrow night. And if it's anything like this season's been, where week in and week out, regardless of the standings, our games week in and week out, regardless of what teams are playing each other, we're competitive. It came down to the wire, and I would expect nothing less tomorrow night. Very happy with the way the season's turned out, and looking forward to seeing a great game tomorrow as well.
You have a prediction?
Commissioner, now that things are streaming on YouTube, is it okay for us to bring our smartphones and videotape or video record?
Yeah. Well, hopefully you can enjoy it with your smartphone down and watch it with your own eyes. But yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad you brought up YouTube. We had our owners meeting this morning, and one of the things we talked about was real success of putting our games on YouTube this year, and how great it's been for the fans, the easy access, the interaction, the engagement, and we're looking forward to expanding upon that in years to come here, and hopefully really giving the fans, we prefer you to be here in the stands buying a ticket and watching the game, but if for some reason you're unable to do so, we want to make sure that your home viewing experience or on the road on your mobile phone or your tablet is the best that it can be. So those are some of the things we'll be focusing on as a league in the future.
But I can whip my smartphone out and videotape.
Record what you want. Absolutely.
No problem. I'll love doing that. I got another question, and what I'd like to do is just go right down the row. I'm really excited about this game because I don't think we've had competition like this before, and I'm wondering how you guys feel about it. Are you excited as we are?
Very excited. That's all I can't wait to wake up in the morning.
Yeah, I'm very excited to be here. It's a great opportunity for our team, and I think we've got a great organization, and I'm excited to be able to play this game.
Definitely excited. I came out here to Arizona to win championships. I knew the winning tradition that we had here, and I wanted to help build off that. And played in a league last year that was similar to the AFL, and I knew heard of the IFL rules and how it kind of favors the defense a little bit more. So I was definitely excited for that and a good opportunity to play.
You know, we're always happy to be here. You know, there's a lot of work that's put in during the off season and the season, and when you get here, you know, it's really about the players, and really, you know, I should probably ask the players more questions. You know, they're the ones playing on the field, and they've earned the right to be here. So, I'm happy for both organizations, and best team win.
Yeah, no question. Obviously, we are excited. We're excited about being here. I think I'm excited about playing Sioux Falls. I mean, I really am. I kind of felt all season we had an opportunity to get here. We want to bring on the best, and we're happy they're here. We have an opportunity to spend that time with these guys and get after it tomorrow. So yeah, we're excited for sure.
You know, I'm excited for our city. I'm excited for our league. You know, we expect to sell out tomorrow night. We expect an atmosphere that you know, indoor football is not seeing. And so, you know, that's probably what I'm personally most excited about, the opportunity we're able to help provide for our coaching staff, our players, but most importantly, our city.
You know, our fans, it's so rewarding to be able to bring the game to them year in and year out. And once again, it's a lot of pressure on the guys, and you know, they got written off a couple times as they were battling through things, and to be able to put that in front of the fans again, I think says a lot for them, and then it's also a reward for them to be able to play in front of their fans.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait.
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
So one last one, Mike, as the leader of this organization, I'm sure you've had a lot of changes in this season with new teams and everything like that. How do you see the future of the IFL?
You know, I'm really looking forward to capping the season off tomorrow night and really using that to propel us into the offseason. You know, I think we have a lot of opportunities for us as a league. We're not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. We have our ups and downs, just like everyone else. But I'm really looking forward to seeing, you know, after the game tomorrow, use that as a promotional tool and see where it can take us. And I think that the opportunities are limitless. We got a good group of teams, great ownership group. We get more solid each and every year with the teams that we continue to add, and